hero. I was not expecting the hero, honestly, but I sometimes forget the fact that he has, like,
Yeah,
besides the
he says Ridley.
Ridley, he has this super crazy hero.
He's put up a lot of faith on his hero actually in this bracket, but
I like that.
yeah, it's a fun character to watch. But yeah, ShinyMark against Sisqui starting very quickly, and both of them, of course, with their characters being completely aggressive. With Sisqui, it's gonna be a sort of a similar scenario like what we had with Alandis, because of course he wants to be close to ShinyMark because he's a very aggressive character with Pikachu, but of course he needs that distance to start setting up those projectiles with the side B, the down B, the charge shot, of course. So it's gonna be very important for ShinyMark to not give that much time and respect to Sisqui on that regard.
I know, and let's remember that ShinyMark sometimes is well known because of the combos that he can get to do in any second, even in the air. I mean, with any aerials that he has. And I mean, Sisqui right now is having a higher percentage, but it's just the beginning of the match.
Absolutely. We know for a fact that the first stock can mean a lot for sure because it means that you get the very first advantage of the set, but we know for a fact that the first stock can also barely do any difference at the end result. We see ShinyMark getting the force smash, not finding the stock, and great movement right there with Sisqui using those down Bs to not get hit by ShinyMark off stage with that edge guard, but once again finding the drag down nair. Good DI from Sisqui, who barely makes it alive just yet with 153%, but of course ShinyMark trying to keep that pressure up, not being able to get that grab, and actually beating forward the Sisqi's forward with his own.
Exactly, and we know that Sisqui, well, I realized yesterday while watching his matchup live here in front of us, he has this patience that makes him adapt during this match. I mean, but it's looking a little bit difficult for him. ShinyMark is literally chasing him, but now he's going to go back to the stage, and oh my god, that was going to happen.
Yeah, there was a lot happening off stage, but of course ShinyMark with that awareness, remembering that Sisqui no longer had invincibility on the ledge and punishing correctly with that tilt attack. But of course Sisqui not really that far behind, doing a good work coming back with the percentage. But be careful, because once ShinyMark finds a backer close to the ledge, things get very, very dangerous.
Yes, exactly, and he's going with this aerial, the crazy setups that he has, and still waiting for him on the edge guard and making this work even in the center of the stage. Sisqi's trying to go back to the stage, but the platform is a little bit of a vulnerable position for him with this character in front. Oh my god, the reads are incredible!
Amazing job from ShinyMark actually landing that. That down B was definitely not a confirm, but he was at the right place at the right time, getting the second stuff off of Sisqui, and now looking at a great advantage. Sisqui using that up B as an escape option right there, because ShinyMark is just all over him, putting on the pressure, and Sisqui can't really find a way to find the first stock just yet.
Yes, exactly. He's trying to wait for him, but I think Shiny is just going for him anywhere and on the stage, and now going off the stage again. I mean, he's just not waiting for anything to go against his favor.
Yeah, with his Sisqui here, of course, ShinyMark was a bit too far away, being very
respectful.
Yeah, Sisqui putting a lot.
Oh,
careful, because he's trying to take the stock as soon as possible. That would have been an insane thing for Sisqui to do, bringing this game back. But careful again, because ShinyMark has got the drag down combos again, the Pika loops as we know them. Not being able to convert just yet, but Sisqui already on a high percentage pretty much. And considering he's still a stock behind, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to come back on this game one.
He has to, but now remember that this is just the first matchup, and Sisqui going to chase ShinyMark. He's waiting for him as well, and ShinyMark trying to go back to the stage, but he is just flying around.
Unfortunate there for Sisqui, who was in the right place, actually read Yuppie from ShinyMark, but the perfectly spaced forward smash barely, because actually Sisqui, I thought for a second he was gonna stay with us, but
yes,
good stuff from ShinyMark finding that.
Same, it just hit it in the last second, and he was perfectly positioned, so this happened. Now we have ShinyMark going one against Sisqui by this one.
Yeah, what a good game by ShinyMark actually, because after that first stock, the second stock was just a complete show of what Pikachu can do. And that combo, that little thing he got to get the second stock off of Sisqui was pure magic, honestly.
Yes, this was the perfect demonstration of what Pikachu can do when you're at a high level of gameplay. Well, let's go to the second match of the set. This is
Uh-oh.
Battlefield, small Battlefield, and we have ShinyMark starting just aggressively against Sisqui right now.
He's not scared at all to go all in starting. Not even 10 seconds. He was already putting Sisqui on an uncomfortable situation off stage, but of course Sisqui keeping calm. He knows there's still a lot of time on this match, so he cannot get desperate. And finally finding a good follow-up from that charge shot to the grab, using that up B, not getting punished by ShinyMark, luckily for him, but he's gotta be careful with that up because I have seen him use it a lot, and in a lot of scenarios he could get exposed to ShinyMark's punishes.
Even going off stage, and he's waiting for him. Sisqui going back to the stage, and it's going to work now for him. We have almost even percentages, and Sisqui going doing some stuff that he knows that can work for him. But you know, ShinyMark, when he's waiting in the edge guard, is always something super risky.
Yeah, this is looking like a completely different scenario like from what we had on game one, because it's actually Sisqui putting a lot of pressure on ShinyMark, being very smart, going all the way under the stage to come back on the opposite ledge, but Sisqui catching him with that forward and now with the lead.
Now he is, it's his turn. He has to do something to make this go back to his favor, but no, ShinyMark is taking over with this combos that we know, and now Sisqui trying to go back to the stage. Again, the edge guard was not successful this moment, but that dash attack was going to work perfectly for ShinyMark.
Yeah, that dash attack from Pikachu being incredibly strong there, getting the first stock off of Sisqui, and Sisqui not really being able to capitalize, not getting any percentage lead, and it's now ShinyMark once again starting with the classic Pikachu combos, extending already almost at 50%, and ShinyMark, luckily for Sisqui, being able to escape using that shield, because that down smash would have been a lot, but also Sisqui taking his turn to do damage.
Exactly, that was such a trade and so unexpected. We saw Sisqui for a couple of seconds just waiting patiently with the shield, but now back at it again, going with some percentage. It's even still, but we know ShinyMark has had the lead for the most time in this set.
Absolutely, good stuff here from Sisqui, putting on the pressure once again, using that down B, being very aware that ShinyMark uses that thunder to try to mess up his opponent's edge guard, and that backer from the opposite side of the stage actually strong enough to get the stock.
Yes, exactly. I thought for a second ShinyMark was going to wait for us until another stock, because that DI was really, really heavy.
Oh, there's a great spot for Sisqui, almost getting that stock surprisingly with that backer very early with the percent against ShinyMark, because he's got rage at this point. He's got a lot of percentage, so his attacks are much, much stronger, and he's almost using that to his advantage, trying to surprise ShinyMark on the ledge, who's very patient and now uses that backer to escape, to give him a little bit more room, more space to move around.
Ooh, and now he's going to connect another stock with the dash attack, the infamous Pikachu. Super, super strong.
Once again, the pressure from Sisqui using that pair correctly, putting on the pressure, forcing ShinyMark to get onto the stage and punishing properly with that down smash. And now we are even one game all.
So super good option from Sisqui at the end. I think I was not expecting that, and I didn't see him do this super, super often.
Yeah.
So it worked for him this time, and now we have an even score on screen.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think ShinyMark had really come back to the stage just with a normal getup too often on this match, so a good call from Sisqui, getting a perfect punish there and taking game 2 on his side. And now we're going into a game 3 that has a lot of meaning, because Sisqui looked pretty dominant at the end here.
Yes, exactly. I know, that's exactly what I meant yesterday while I was watching that set. He just adapted perfectly at the point where he needed it.
Exactly, and now it's both of them on the aggressive, especially ShinyMark, because he's giving Sisqui a bit too much space, who wastes his charge shot, but luckily for him, does not get punished by ShinyMark there, gets to escape that back here, but now it's going to be ShinyMark's turn once again. A low percentage grab is going to give him a lot of options here with the Pika loops, keeping them going for as long as possible. Sisqui gets to escape, but of course ShinyMark aware, trying to get that forwarder, but cannot take the stock just yet, but good damage from ShinyMark.
Exactly, they're both so foolish. They know for how long to shield. That is working as well for Sisqui. He knows he has a higher percentage, but now he's taking advantage and doing the same thing. But now ShinyMark has his range to do the setups that he knows with this famous Pikachu.
Yeah, things are looking difficult here for Sisqui, but good stuff from him using those bombs to move around and come back to the stage, but the pressure from ShinyMark trying to read a jump there from Sisqui doesn't get it, but he's gonna catch this down smash, which is gonna be completely enough to take the first stock off of Sisqui.
Amazing setup, and this confirmed that ShinyMark just showed us. Now he's going back to the center of the stage, but Sisqui is just punishing him as soon as he got the chance.
Yeah, that's good as thing really for Sisqui, because ShinyMark actually escapes the last hit from Upper, which for sure would have been enough to take the first stock off of ShinyMark, but now, once again, the pressure, but ShinyMark saying, nope, I don't want to deal with your projectiles at this moment, going to the complete opposite side of the stage once again, but the up B from Sisqui, not enough to take the stock just yet.
Not, oh my god, that
There
was
we go.
going to connect. I was just not expecting that, but amazingly done.
Goes so
by
far.
Sisqui. I know. I was just thinking about how difficult this matchup has been, because we know they have a lot of trades, and they both make it work. So it's not, they don't have a lot of advantage at this point, and it just keeps getting interesting.
It's gonna be Sisqi's turn here to try to get something off of that throw. Good stuff from ShinyMark with the DI not getting punished by that. Percentage very even right now, so none of them really trying to go for anything risky, taking their space. Both of them using their projectiles, especially Sisqui here trying to pressure, and once finds a way to go in, trying to get that tilt to maybe deal more damage or put ShinyMark on a much more uncomfortable situation, but then coming back to the stage very calmly.
He's trying to know how to enter. He's waiting for the perfect time to go against Sisqui, because we know Sisqui is perfectly positioned right now, just waiting for his projectiles to work on him.
Ooh.
And he's making it work, but now ShinyMark is going to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Sisqi's playing from a distance at this point. He had the read, but careful here because ShinyMark is doing some amazing stuff, barely missing that downer, which would have been enough to take the second stuff. Good stuff from Sisqui moving around of that to not get punished, but we know for a fact a single mistake ShinyMark can capitalize very, very well. And right again, another difficult situation for Sisqui, who luckily comes back to the stage without any issues.
Exactly, and he has to be careful. Sisqui has to be careful because he's again going to the edge of the stage, and we have ShinyMark just waiting for him. We know that he is always going even down of the stage to do what he needs, but now it's the things turned around.
I'm surprised Sisqui didn't actually opt to go for a grab there, because at this point a grab and an up throw might be enough, because Pikachu is not that heavy and Sisqi's got a lot of percentage now. She's actually fishing for that throw, but of course once again ShinyMark trusting on his classic dash attack to take this second stock off of Sisqui, now giving him the advantage back.
Exactly, and now we have ShinyMark doing against the Pika loops, and it is a dangerous position, but Sisqui trying to escape, he did it successfully, and now just chasing him around.
Here goes ShinyMark, knowing that that up B is very hard to punish, but Sisqui catching ShinyMark with that forward, very close to the ledge, enough to take the second stock, and now we're going to a last stock situation. ShinyMark with the lead at the moment, 42% on Sisqui, but Sisqui being very patient, being very safe, but ShinyMark, he's gotta be careful because he can find a way in, and right now, and no confirm, they're missing that downer for a second time against Sisqui, being very patient, off stage, not getting desperate, not jumping into any of ShinyMark's traps, so he's still with a 62%, but using that up to deal the first damage on the last stock.
Exactly, just 12% against 68, almost a red number going up, and it's a little bit risky. We know Sisqui can adapt, and we hear the crowd just cheering both of the guys on stage, but it's already a little bit of a complicated situation for Sisqui if he doesn't adapt as soon as he can.
There we go. Now it's a reverse situation by ShinyMark using that up B, very smart to come back into the stage without any issue, and now using it to go in aggressively, finding once again the tilt, not finding a follow-up, but that forward is going to put Sisqui in an uncomfortable situation, finds the backer, not strong enough to find the stock off of Sisqui, who's being very patient. Another backer from ShinyMark, and now Sisqui doesn't have that many options, actually lands that, but unluckily for Sisqui, the tether's not close enough to grab the ledge, and that's gonna be enough to get ShinyMark, sorry, the second point.
Second point of the score. Sisqui will have to do something to adapt to Shiny's playstyle, because he is looking too comfortable and just doing everything work in his favor. We know that ShinyMark is such an explosive player, and he really puts the opponent on a vulnerable position.
Yep.
And always going off the stage, it's too uncomfortable for the another player.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Sisqui has done a great job when coming back onto the stage, especially because ShinyMark really has a lot of options to
He
put in the
uses it
pressure.
well.
Yeah, but he uses that down B very well to move around and avoid a lot of ShinyMark's attacks, honestly.
Yes, exactly. I know. And now we're going to the next match of this set. This is looking too interesting so far. And well, the guys are ready, and we're going to the Animal Crossing stage. It is Smashville.
Yeah, that platform's gonna play an interesting role now because we have seen both of them using a lot of strings with aerials, and ShinyMarks particularly can use that platform to extend his combos for a little longer and do more damage. But of course, we've seen, I think we saw this stage on the very first game of the match,
Yes.
and sisqui also really likes using up B close to the platform because after landing, if he doesn't connect, he really isn't left vulnerable after doing the attack, so that's gonna come in handy for him as an escape option.
Yes, exactly. And we just saw Siski having the control over the situation by some moments and now taking advantage of this platform above him. But now ShinyMark again waiting for him. It's not going to connect anything at this point. But let's see what happens next.
ShinyMark trying to be very cheeky near the ledge, trying to get that ledge from. Doesn't find it just yet, but he's gonna let Brand in front of sisqui, who's gonna give him a punish with that charge shot. He's gotta be careful because he's almost fully charged, missing it. Good stuff from ShinyMark with the shield, keeping it up to not get hit. And it's actually him using that up B once again to go in, deal the damage, start a little bit of a string, and he's just bringing the percentage back very quickly.
Exactly, super quickly, and we have red percentages on both of the characters that are playing here for us. Oh my god, ShinyMark is looking to have, is apparently having the lead. Now Siski going back to the center of the stage, but now it's going to almost connect, not enough yet for Siski. Let's see what he can do in this point. Very, very good at executed.
Yeah, sisqui has definitely learned a little trick from ShinyMark, relying on that dash attack to take his stock, because I think during this set, that's the attack from both of them that has taken the most stocks, but hey, if it works, keep throwing them, I guess.
Yes, yes, I mean, it is what it is, and it's working perfectly, so let's go for it. We have Siski with the advantage so far, and almost adding more damage, but now Pikachu is having another stock in his favor.
ShinyMark being very consistent with those neutral or drag downs, always finding a way to punish after that. But here, not being able to punish sisqui after that up B, and it's gonna be after that. Yeah, it was the up B, and now it's actually sisqui who tried to put in the pressure, but ShinyMark luckily finding here the platform. But actually, instead of helping him, the platform gonna give sisqui a little bit of an assist, taking him out of the combo.
Pretty good option that he used against the Pikachu's attack, and now waiting for him in the air and doing exactly what he needed. The Pikachu has a red percentage at this point, but now he's turning the things back to his favor.
Yeah, ShinyMark always finds a way to put sisqui in uncomfortable situations, especially off stage, because I don't know how he finds the positioning, but even with sisqui, with distance and all of that, he finds a way to go in very quickly, and once again finding himself on an off-stage scenario, putting a little bit of an effort trying to get the edge guard, gets another backer, like we've seen a ton of times on this set, but not being able to convert that into anything else.
He punishes pretty fast, and I think it's also what is helping him pretty good. And now we have ShinyMark as well, doing the things that are super risky for Siski at this point.
That actually rhymed. That was very smooth.
Oh!
But sisqui once again on the ledge, putting on the down because using the charge shot. I think it's
so
the first time we've seen the charge shot actually connect and take the stock.
Yes, exactly, and it was the perfect moment because I think, as you just said, they're going so fast and it's a little bit difficult sometimes to do some things, but now he's going for the same option and it's working for him.
And he's honestly getting a pretty good advantage so far, using that up B once again as a very safe option to deal damage and escape any dangerous situation, but ShinyMark not being able to do much yet, being very patient on the ledge, not really jumping into any of sisqi's aerial attacks, but here the pressure continues from sisqui, putting up a wall of aggression near the ledge, which ShinyMark amazingly gets to escape, and using once again that classic dash attack to try to take the stock, which isn't enough just yet, but put sisqui once again off stage.
Yes, ShinyMark knows what he has to do, otherwise it's going to be too difficult for him to go back to an advantage. It's not going to be enough yet to take another stock from sisqui, and the percentage is going just up, but not yet confirming until now.
He's so smooth with those electrons. I've seen him try it a lot of times on the set, but he finally lands it, and it's just what he needed right there to take the stock off of sisqui, trying to get this as even as possible, and he's almost found an entry with that up tilt.
That was so dangerous, and now we have ShinyMark again going with the aerials, going crazy to do
Uh-oh.
something that he knows that works for him. But now
Oh.
Sisqui going in the center of the stage. This is looking a little bit difficult for Shiny, but he has waited perfectly with the shield.
Sisqui was actually loading that down smash once again on the ledge. Luckily for ShinyMark does not land right as he threw it out. But you gotta be careful because Sisqi's throwing those up once again, being very uncomfortable because now it's ShinyMark actually reversing the situation. Not scared to go deep to find the stock because he's now brought the percentage back and he's very, very close to potentially taking the stock, making an upset, and bringing the game back another back row of stage. Sisqi's got no jump. He's gonna use that down B to come back into the stage, and great use of the tether, but lands once again on the backer from Sisqui, but it's not enough to take the stock off of ShinyMark. Barely hanging on to life. The pressure, he's gonna get the up throw. Great DI once again from ShinyMark, who barely stays alive, but he's gonna land right in front of Sisqui with that charger taking the set, and we see the reaction from ShinyMark.
Yeah.
He was so close from making that comeback.
It was so close, and the rage just showed up, but we are having a set with 5 game. So this is going to be difficult, definitely. We saw Sisqui adapting pretty well at the end of this matchup, but I mean, it's just difficult to see what the options are next for these players.
Yeah, it's gonna stung a little bit for ShinyMark because he was so close from having to be over with this set, not having to deal with it anymore.
He did the comeback.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, almost.
almost. He did an amazing job with the percentage, honestly, and Sisqui really didn't seem like he had that many options to go for to potentially find his stock, but capitalizing on that little desperation or maybe adrenaline from ShinyMark, who made the single mistake of landing right in front of Sisqui, who luckily for him had the charge shot ready.
Yes, and it was a little bit unexpected because he reacted like 2 times in a row, and he did make that work for him.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, our very first Game 5 scenario in this top 32 winners bracket, of course, and we see Sisqui, you know, he's very calm, he's collected, he's ready for what's to come on this Game 5, but of course ShinyMark is gonna keep that momentum that he got at the end of Game 4 to potentially bring this back, because, I mean, it's actually Sisqui who's bringing this back now that I think about it. So
Yeah.
both of them have to keep their calm, because things are getting very heated very quickly.
Yes, I know. We saw a game that was really risky off stages.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens next. I'm pretty excited.
It's gonna be a very important factor actually in this Game 5, because we see ShinyMark going off stage for those edge guards out very often, but Sisqui has been doing a great job moving around every single attack that ShinyMark throws, but on a Game 5 scenario, it's going to come down to who is the most consistent player. And talking about consistency, it's going to be ShinyMark finding the very first Pika loop of the match and extending it as long as possible, reacting to that air dodge from Sisqui, but Sisqui being able to put up that shield and now getting, once again, that up as escape option.
Yes, so far the options, the percentages are almost even at this point, and we know that they are always having trades, super interesting options, and reads as well in any part of the stage, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, once again, ShinyMark unable to catch Sisqui after that up B, which means he's just very smart when landing back into the stage after using the up, because it's very rare that we've seen a punish from ShinyMark after Sisqui using that up B to escape any dangerous situation, but it's gonna be ShinyMark getting that throw, the follow-up with the upper, but nothing else, because Sisqui knows he's gotta escape, he's gonna get as far as possible to not find any strength from ShinyMark.
It can get a little bit complicated or uncomfortable for Sisqui, but he always handles the pressure on him.
Sisqui has been, he's been looking for that up B to take his stock all set long, and I don't think any up B has taken the stock yet.
Yeah, not yet. Probably it will happen in this match, but let's see. The ShinyMark is on the lead of the stage at this point, and we see Sisqui going back to the stage, but it's going to be a little bit difficult now. ShinyMark and both of them are ready to go back to the stage.
Yeah, this first song is going very long, because it's it's more than a minute and a half gone already, and none of them really want to make any mistake here. The pressure from Sisqui under the platform, being able to poke that shield with that forwarder, putting ShinyMark back off stage. But we have seen ShinyMark actually with the mix-up, making us think he was going to go all the way to the left ledge and coming back to the right.
Yeah.
But Sisqui ready to catch that and actually using that up throw to take the first stock.
Yes, pretty unfortunate for Shiny, but well, let's see what happens, because we know Shiny is already has already added a lot of damage to Sisqui, and well, this has been even matchup so far. so anything can happen.
Uh-oh. Ooh, we see there ShinyMark not being able to punish that up B once again. He gets the shield right on time there to not get punished by that charge up. But yeah, he's looking, trying to react, and that surprised little
Nice.
up air. It didn't even look that strong, but
That was a little bit crazy because I was not expecting it as well. But now we have ShinyMark going with his combos in front of us.
oh, yep, using that platform to use the Pika loops. And sisqui, once again, great work with the SDI, trying to escape as soon as possible. But ShinyMark maybe hesitating there to go with that forward there a bit too soon off stage because sisqui was far enough to not get hit by that. But once again, sisqui using that backer to escape the dangerous situation. The follow-up by ShinyMark, the upper. Not taking the stock just yet. Of course, that upper is not very strong. As we saw, it had to take the stock all the way to 150%. But ShinyMark doing a great job at bringing this game back.
Trying to make the read, and sisqui is making that work for him. Now we have ShinyMark going back to the stage from the other side, as always, going with the mixes that are so amazing. This is a risky situation again for the Samus in front.
Yeah, the Spaniard right here
Ooh,
gets hit once again by the dash attack. And it's going to be ShinyMark who finds himself once again one stock away from taking the set off of sisqui, from making the upset. While sisqui's got to keep calm and collected, but careful because ShinyMark already looking for those openings near the ledge. He's going to find that. He's going to be very patient, but it's also going to be one of sisqui's own dash attack that makes ShinyMark go off stage, trying to land the charge shot, missing there. But once again, just far enough to not get grabbed there.
yes, we saw the intentions right there. And now sisqui is again in a vulnerable position. ShinyMark is taking the lead, and it's looking very, very comfortable doing this. He's just waiting and taking advantage of what he can have, not putting him in a risky position.
Once again,
The DI!
we've seen this a lot of times where ShinyMark is directly in front of sisqui and get punished by the charge shot, but this time it's not gonna be enough, and we're gonna go into a last stock situation. Game 5 for these two. It's gonna be ShinyMark trying to put in the pressure once again on the Spaniard. He's gonna use that up B once again. The classic escape option, very safe for sisqui, but once again ShinyMark pressuring, gets the read, gets the up smash. Not enough to take the stock. Great DI from sisqui, of course, but now sisqui's gonna be very careful because he's no longer got that charge shot. That backer is gonna poke the shield once again, and the pressure from ShinyMark being very careful, but once again sisqui finding an opening with that grab.
Yes, exactly. He can get grabbed, and it would be almost fatal thing to happen. But now he's taking the lead on the stage. We know ShinyMark is always going back to the stage successfully, but now the things have to be done perfectly in order to get the win.
It's a tense situation once again. sisqui finds himself off stage, but using that surprise backer to not let ShinyMark get close to the ledge. The dash attack from ShinyMark is gonna be enough. There's the pop-up. Well deserved. A Game 5 victory from the player from Guatemala who finds himself making the upset. Look at that. This is what it means to him.
Oh my god, I was just speechless. This was a pretty hype matchup, and it's just the beginning of the day. I mean, ShinyMark is... It's looking super happy to have this win. The pop-up just showed us everything that he's feeling right now.
You can tell how much it means to him. He was facing against one of the strongest players in the tournament, as I mentioned. It was a number 8 seed on sisqui facing off against seed number 24 ShinyMark, and that's why we see the excitement. He knows he was not expected to win that match, but he found a way through his resilience, through his game. And congratulations to him pulling through with that Game 5 victory.
Yes, exactly. Showing some of the skills that this Pikachu has. And sisqui going to losers round later.
Yes, probably going to losers round much earlier than he would have expected looking at his seed. But when he had an amazing set against ShinyMark. We know what he's capable of, so I can guarantee that we're going to see more of him later on the day. But once again, congratulations, ShinyMark. That was just a very hype way to finish the set, honestly. I was at the edge of my seat.
Yes, I know. We were like just hanging on the table. Well, let's see what happens next, because I'm not sure of who the next players are.
I'm actually excited for this next matchup.
It's Jay and Meister. I see them.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I thought we were having a different set, but I think we're going to have a little bit of a switch there on the order. But as you mentioned, we're going to have Ye against Meister. A very exciting matchup because both of these players are very, very familiar with the Mexican scene, especially Ye. even coming from outside, of course, that doesn't change the fact that he's very loved in the community.
And he's really welcomed in this community because we know that he has been a part of the Smash Factor team
Yep.
for some time, well, some time ago, and Meister as well, always growing up with the family of Factor, as we just said before. He has competed in these tournaments. I think these are the tournaments where he started like glowing,
Yep.
like on big scenarios.
I can see that honestly, because it's like where he had his first breakthrough. So from here, he's gone so far. So
Yes.
coming back to Smash Factor, trying to defend the house against Ye coming from Costa Rica is gonna be a very exciting matchup. I think they actually face each other very, very